Have you ever heard the legend of the cursed mirror? They say if you dare to look into it, alone, it won't show you your reflection. Instead, it will reveal the exact moment you will die. It's just a silly old ghost story, right? That's what Sarah thought. One quiet evening, standing before an ornate, antique mirror she found in a dusty corner of an old shop, she decided to test the legend. She was a skeptic, a rational person. What was the worst that could happen? She leaned in, a smirk on her face, expecting to see her own familiar features staring back. But that's not what she saw. The glass shimmered, and her reflection twisted and aged before her eyes. The woman in the mirror was her, but years older, her face etched with pure terror. She was standing in a dark, unfamiliar room, her breath coming in ragged gasps. And then, the mirror showed her something else, a small digital clock on a bedside table, its red numbers glowing ominously. October 31st, 11:59 p.m. Just as the clock ticked over to midnight, a shadowy figure lunged at her from the darkness. The vision shattered, and Sarah was left staring at her own, now pale and trembling, reflection. The vision became an obsession. That date, that time, it was branded into her mind. Was it a prediction, a warning, or just a trick of the light? But the fear was real. It began to consume her. Every reflection became a source of dread. A shop window, a puddle on the street. Even the dark screen of her phone, she'd flinch, expecting to see that terrifying older version of herself. Sleep offered no escape. Nightmares of dark rooms and approaching shadows haunted her. The world, once so ordinary, was now filled with menacing omens. Sarah fought back. She was determined not to become a victim of some supernatural prophecy. She tried to alter her fate. She changed her daily routine, took different routes to work, and avoided anything that even remotely resembled the room from her vision. She even tried to get rid of the mirror. She covered it with a heavy blanket, but she could still feel its presence in the room, a silent, knowing observer. One day, in a fit of desperate rage, she took a hammer to it, but as the glass shattered into 1,000 pieces, each tiny shard reflected her terrified face back at her, a fragmented chorus of her own impending doom. As the years passed, the fear didn't fade. It festered. Sarah became a recluse, her paranoia pushing away friends and family. She was convinced that avoiding all people and all places was the only way to escape her foretold death. Her once bright apartment became a fortress against the world. Curtains drawn, doors locked. She lost track of time, lost track of herself. The woman in the mirror, the terrified, isolated figure, was no longer a vision of the future. It was who she had become. Her life had shrunk to fit the confines of her fear. Finally, the night arrived. October 31st. The air was thick with a chilling stillness. Sarah found herself huddled in the corner of a bedroom, the very room she had sealed herself in 4 years. The power had gone out an hour ago, plunging the apartment into almost total darkness. Her heart hammered against her ribs. On her bedside table, the battery-powered alarm clock she'd bought years ago glowed with its cruel red numbers. 11:58 p.m. She was trembling, her eyes darting around the shadows. This was it. The place, the time, 11:59 p.m. A floorboard creaked outside her door. She held her breath. Was someone there? A faint, distorted shape appeared in the darkened dressing mirror across the room. It was hunched and moved with a strange, frantic energy. It was the figure from her vision. The shadow lunged forward. A scream tore from Sarah's throat, a sound of pure, unadulterated terror. In that final, horrifying second, as her heart gave out from the sheer panic, she realized the truth. There was no intruder. The dark, monstrous figure in the mirror was just her own reflection, twisted by fear in the dim, flickering light. Did the mirror predict her death, or did her own fear bring it to life? We'll never know. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more chills. Have you ever looked into a mirror late at night and felt like something was looking back? You're not alone. For centuries, mirrors have been more than just reflections. They're windows into the supernatural, holding secrets and curses that have terrified people across the globe. Let's pull back the curtain and explore the chilling legends of cursed mirrors. Many ancient cultures didn't see a simple reflection. They saw a portal, a gateway to other dimensions, the spirit world, or even the land of the dead. Looking into a mirror was like peering into another realm, and sometimes something from that realm could peer back, or worse, cross over into ours. Then there's the belief that a mirror doesn't just show your face, it shows your soul. Some legends say a mirror can capture a fragment of your essence each time you look into it. This is why breaking a mirror is considered such bad luck. It's not just broken glass, it's a fractured soul, leading to 7 years of misfortune. In some traditions, seeing your reflection distort or vanish was a direct omen of impending death. This brings us to the most terrifying concept: the cursed mirror. These aren't just passive gateways, they are active prisons. Stories tell of mirrors that have witnessed horrific events, absorbing the negative energy and trapping the tormented spirits of the dead within their glass. Anyone who owns such a mirror might experience misfortune, see ghostly apparitions, or be haunted by the entities trapped inside. These spirits might try to communicate, or even possess the living, driven by rage or despair. This isn't just a Western superstition. In Chinese feng shui, the placement of a mirror is critical. A poorly placed mirror can attract negative energy, or sha-qi, bringing conflict and bad luck into a home. In Japanese folklore, legends speak of mirrors inhabited by vengeful spirits known as yurei, waiting for an opportunity to exact their revenge on the living. And in European history, mirrors were essential tools for seances and scrying rituals to contact the dead. But this practice was incredibly risky. A slip-up could trap a malevolent spirit or open a permanent door for ghosts to enter our world. Horror movies and literature love this idea. From Oculus to Candyman, cursed mirrors symbolize vanity, forbidden knowledge, and the terrifying consequences of looking too deeply into the unknown. They play on our primal fear that our own reflection might not be ours alone. The fear itself can become a curse. Psychologically, obsessing over a haunted mirror can lead to paranoia, anxiety, and even hallucinations. You might start seeing things in the corner of your eye, or hearing whispers that aren't there. Your fear can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, making the mirror's curse feel terrifyingly real. Given these beliefs, it's no wonder so many precautionary practices exist. In some cultures, mirrors are covered in a house of mourning to prevent the soul of the deceased from getting trapped. Others advise never sleeping with a mirror facing your bed, as your soul is most vulnerable when you're asleep. Some rituals even involve intentionally breaking a cursed mirror and burying the shards to sever its connection to the spirit world. So, the next time you gaze into a mirror, take an extra moment. Is it just your reflection you see? Or is there something else staring back from the other side, waiting for its chance to emerge from the glass? The line between our world and theirs might just be as thin as a pane of silvered glass. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this dive into the darkness, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the unknown. Stay curious, and maybe keep the lights on tonight.